Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Nick Vic Locks. Today, thought I would do a video covering bump keys. I posted some shorts using the bump keys to open some locks. I've gotten some comments, some questions about them, so we'll make a video talking about it. So what is a bump key? A bump key is a key. Zoom in on it here a little bit. In which they are specific to keyways and locks. This is a KW1 quick set. These are 5-pin locks, so it's a 5-pin key, and each key cut is to the lowest depth. So where's it at? Here it is. All right, so on a quick set, 6 is the lowest cut that they can make. So if we check it, it's down to the 6. Then on a Schleg, let's grab the SC1. Lowest they can go is a 9, or that's the longest pin, so 9. Oh. We cut these down to the lowest, and you can buy these in sets pre-cut. You could make your own. If you get a set of depth keys, the one that's for the lowest cut, that's the bump key. But the way they work is they go into the lock and they're positioned 1 pin from fully in. So you'll have pin 1 is going to sit here, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is going to be resting off of the key. We strike the key, and the key pushes into the lock. They ramp up over the peaks here between the cuts, which moves the driver pin up, and when you hit it forcefully enough, you're going to have a transfer of momentum to push the drivers up and potentially to shear line while we're applying tension to the key to turn the lock, and it should open. It's not always a first time, boom, it's open. Sometimes you got to whack it a few times. Sometimes luck is not in your favor. But it's more of a war of attrition. Eventually it has to work. Same thing with raking. So this is a bump key. This is how it works. Doesn't matter if they're security pins or not. Security pins do add a level of difficulty to it, but not as much as you would think. The only exception being anti-bump pins, which, depending on how you want to look at it, is or is not a security pin. It's just a really long standard driver to prevent bumping. But other than being really long, it doesn't have any other security features on it. They are keyway specific or lock specific. So this is a KW1 as opposed to a, let's find it here. What's that? KW10. 6 pins. We looked at the SC1. We have SC4. The AM3 for the American locks. M11. Yale. M10. And so on and so forth. So when we're using the bump key and it goes into the lock, you use some type of tensioner to have rotational force applied to it in the direction that we want the core to turn. And you use what's called a bump hammer. Zoom out and show you this. This is a bump hammer. This bump key set that I have and the hammer were all given to me by 0 Day Gear. I'm not sponsored. These were sent to me for the purpose of using, reviewing, showcasing, however you want to say it. I make no money from them. I did not ask them for this. They didn't ask me to do anything with it. They just sent it to me. So here we are. I like it. It's fun. I had zero experience with bumping until I got this stuff, and it's kind of enjoyable because sometimes a lock gets on your nerves and you just want to beat it, smack it a few times, and that makes you feel good. So I don't know. There's that. But yeah, the bump hammer. Usually they have a wobbly hammer or handle here. This is a nylon top. Oh, you could use a rubber mallet if you wanted, but these are a little bit better. With that swing, it's going to somewhat dampen it, which is going to prolong the life of your key and less potential damage to the lock that could occur. The other thing with the bump key is when you use it, you're going to start with it one position off. So when you hit it, it goes in. Well, every time you want to strike it to try again, you have to pull the key out. So you're going to have to keep doing that over and over. I go into here. So we have fully in, and we back it off a spot. Now that would be annoying if every time we hit it, we have to then stop, pull out the key, reset fully. So what you do is you have rings or dampeners. See, Dangerfield sells a set of dampener bump rings, springs. You get these. These are from Zero Day Gear. Castration rings for cattle work as well. So, but that goes on there. You can see the key is set off. So when we strike it, that rubber ring absorbs that force somewhat and then acts as a spring to push the key back out. So we don't have to reset manually every time we want to bump the lock or hit the lock. So we'll get that there. Now to get this open, we have to go counterclockwise. So what we do is we take our tensioner. Well, I need to go the other way. Tensioner goes in. Get our bump hammer. We just give it a good whack. Oh, here, let me do it like this. There we go. There we go. Like I said, it doesn't always work perfect every single time, but see, we're unlocked. We'll do it like this. You can see the knob over here. Open. All right, let's bump something that's a little more satisfying. This is a Master M15. We're going to use the M10 key blank. Let's see here. Get a ring on. It goes there. Let's use a different tensioner this time. It's always more satisfying for a heavy shackle pop. There we go. And that one was a whole lot easier. Oh, we'll do it again. That's not what you want to do. All right. There we go. So, that out. So that's all I really got for bump keys. It's a kinetic attack, akin somewhat to zipping, or I don't know what the exact name for it is, but there's a rake that looks like a battering or the bat signal. It's meant for kinetic attacks akin to zipping. You just put it into the lock and you pull it out real quick with tension on the cord. to try to get it open. Zipping, typically you're going to use like a pick profile, half diamond or something, but bumping's the same thing, but backwards. I don't know. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's kind of neat. So, but maybe that helps explain some stuff for you. Learn something. I don't know. Take your frustrations out on a lock. It's annoying you. Use it to intimidate the other locks that you're trying to pick so that they know who's boss and you can pick them easier. Yeah, don't, just, I'm not delusional at all. So, but thanks for watching. Nobody told you you matter. You're important. I'm glad you're here. Y'all have a good one.